Welcome back to CBS News 24/7. There he is, and he faces a charge of terrorism. This is the man police say went on a stabbing spree inside a northern Michigan Walmart. So investigators say that suspect, Bradford James Gilley, used a folding knife to stab 11 shoppers near the checkout area of that Traverse City, Michigan Walmart. A lot of citizens, including one armed with a pistol. You can hear that right there. They confronted Gilley in the parking lot, preventing him from getting away. So let's talk to CBS News correspondent Lana Zak. She is live where those stabbings happened in Traverse City, Michigan. Lana, I used to work there. I've stood in that very line where the violence played out. So I, along with so many other people in the nation, were shocked at the violence over the weekend. What are the locals saying about that?
Hey there, Reed. Because you know this Walmart, you understand how normal this day felt like. And even one of the eyewitnesses I spoke with, Julia Martell, said that even as she made her way out of the store, she was just sort of stunned by how it looked like her Walmart, except now there was blood on the ground. Listen to a little bit of what she had to say.
It was just some guy shoving another guy in my head until he started to kind of face me and run in my direction, and that's when I saw the knife in his hand.
What did you do?
I ran. I booked it down the aisleway. I dropped everything that was in my hand, and there was another guy I ran past, and he asked me, "What's going on? Like, what are you running from?" Guy with a knife was the only thing I could get out of my head, or the only thing I could say. And I made it to, there's where all the meats are, and I made it over there. It's kind of on the outside of everything. And it went from adrenaline to fear because I had no idea where he was.
She was worried that she was trapped there in the store. She, together with a friend, were able to make their way up to the front. That's where she said she encountered people with stab wounds, including at least one elderly person in a motorized shopping cart. But the sheriff says that it's actually all of those eyewitnesses who jumped in, one using a shopping cart as a barricade against the suspected assailant, that actually stopped him from stabbing more people, and also those people who jumped in rendering first aid even before those first responders were able to be here. We're told that they're being credited right now with potentially saving lives, Reed.
Wow, what a community effort to jump in and stop what could have been even more violence had he gotten away. Smaller community, right? Munson Medical Center probably not equipped to deal with the sheer number of patients there, but they did it. They stepped up. What do you know about the condition of the victims?
Well, I spoke with the head of the hospital. He said that they automatically went into the life-saving mode that they had prepared for. And the good news, Reed, all 11 are expected to make it. In fact, one has now been discharged from the hospital home with their family. There's only one person as of right now that remains in serious condition, but they are expected to all make a recovery.
Okay, and so what do we know about this suspect? We see the mugshot, we have the name, but what about the motive? What about the background here?
Well, that's what still is stumping investigators, because they don't understand why he did this, and they are looking into all those details. Julia, who I interviewed, saw him before he started stabbing anyone, and she described his eyes as looking kind of wild, like an animal trapped, but there was no understanding of what propelled this action. He didn't live in this community. He had lived here previously. He had some encounters with law enforcement several years ago, but the sheriff told me that he believed that he had come into Traverse City just on Saturday, the same day that those stabbings took place. He's now expected in court potentially as soon as today. He's facing now a terrorism charge in addition to 11 counts of assault with intent to murder.
Well, this I know, having worked there, the people of Traverse City, Michigan are good people. I'm not surprised they jumped in to help when it was desperately needed. Thank you so much, Lana.